So today's video is going to be on a how-to kind of video on, probably not going to be a big one, but on how to prepare for going outside for your guinea pigs. This includes for rabbits too, but like ideas what you can use to take a guinea pig outside. So the one I really recommend is if you've got like an old cage door, like not old cage door, old cage lid, like you know the. I'm uploading a video right now, so you'll be able to see it after this one's downloaded. There's you know those cages, like not CNC cages or hutches, like the ones with these on top, and then there's like a base. You can get, well, if it removes from the base, some don't. You can get the top of the lid if you're not using it. You can get the top of the lid and sorry, my next door neighbor's watching me. Anyway. You can get the top of the lid and put it down on the grass. Put a towel so there's a little bit of sun there. Put a towel so they feel safe and so it can't really be seen by any prey animals. And yeah, and make sure there's a little bit of sun if they want to go in there. And also make sure it's grass that has not been with chemicals, near chemicals, because that wouldn't be really good if they ate it and they might get sick. So make sure no chemicals, nothing weed killer, nothing like that has been on the grass spot that you're on. If it has, then I suggest putting a towel down and getting grass from another, like going down the street or somewhere that has grass and putting a towel down on the bottom of it, then putting grass in there so they can eat it when they're outside. So yep. What else? Make sure you don't leave them. Do not leave them. That's the main thing. Do not leave them, because if you leave them and let's say a stray cat or dog or stray dog or whatever comes, or like a bird, like an eagle or something like that comes, and it will be hard for them to get in this, but a dog will be able to get in here, because just they would be able to. Just don't leave them at all, even if you go to the toilet. Make sure, if you do, call your mum and make sure she comes out and watches, or your brother or your sister or dad or someone watches them and doesn't leave them, because that would just be tragic if they get eaten or something. And make sure there's no, if you can see any dogs or cats, or you don't, just make sure there's no dogs around, because I can't see any dogs around anyway. And don't do it in your backyard if you have a dog in there, because my dog's in my backyard. So if you do have a dog in your backyard, if you're allowed to put him in your garage or your house, or put him somewhere that he can't access or the guinea pigs cannot see them, that will be alright, but make sure he does not go near them, because that will give your guinea pig literally a heart attack, because guinea pigs can have heart attacks. Oh, she's so cute. Cameron, you're so cute. What else? Nom. Well, make sure you don't leave them out for longer than an hour. What's that? Oh, just a feather thing. Because they will need water, or you could just bring a water bottle out. But don't leave them any longer than an hour, because they will just get too hot. Obviously don't take them out when it's raining or snowing or really cold, because that's just not good and they could get sick. So yep. What else? I'm just thinking on the top of my head here. I had this all thought out before, but then I just totally blanked. So yeah, no. I'm just picking grass because I'm bored. Make sure I already said this, but I just got to say it again. Make sure there's a towel covered, because they could get heat stroke. Hamsters and mice, any type of animal can get heat stroke if it's too hot. So don't take it out if it's like 30 degrees, or if it's like 90 degrees in America. I think 90 degrees is really hot, or 80 degrees, I don't know, or 100 degrees in America. But if it's like in Australia, they don't have the same type of thing as America. They have 35 degrees is really hot, and 10 degrees is really, not really cold, but it's still cold. So the average thing, like, I cannot speak today. You alright, girl? Oh, just something to sleep past, probably like a parakeet or something. The good temperature would be about 25 degrees to 28 degrees, no hotter than 30 degrees because that would just be too hot. If you do, and it's like going to rain for the rest of the week, take them out and get us like a little damp cloth or tissue, and like every 7 minutes, 8 minutes, wipe them down so they can just not get heat stroke, or make sure you have cold water, but not really cold because they'll just like give them brain freeze or whatever, I forgot, because that will just be bad if they get heat stroke, because they can die if they get heat stroke like we can. So yeah, I think that concludes this video. We'll just stand here, stand, I'm sitting down, we'll just watch them for a little bit because they're so cute when they eat. Oh yeah, and make sure you're not like near a highway where there's a lot of noise, because frankly that will not be good. And I forgot to mention this before, if you don't have one of these, I don't really recommend, you know, those cage things that like I don't have, like I have one but I never use it, the cage things, not a cage but like a fence kind of thing that doesn't have a top. I don't really recommend anything without a top because I just don't. I used to use it, but my dog, he broke loose of the chain, and this is when I was 8. And he got one of my guinea pigs, and sadly he passed away. So, not my dog, my guinea pig. I had 4 guinea pigs then, so yeah, he sadly passed away. So yep. So I don't really recommend cages without a top because anything could happen. A bird, if you're looking the other way, or a bird could swoop down and get your guinea pig. I don't know. Just don't get one of those cages. Use one of these. Even if you have one of these cages, just take the lid off. Just take the lid off your cage. Or if you've got a CNC cage, build a little thing for them, like with a top on, because I know people who do that. I used to do that. So yep. I think that concludes this video.